Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is expected to power next year's Samsung Galaxy S24 line. While the chip isn't performing as fast as the iPhone 15 Pro's A17 Pro in terms of the processor unit, the Snapdragon's GPU, however, could easily make the Galaxy S24 Ultra a true gaming monster. A supposed Vulkan benchmark result of the unannounced Snapdragon SoC was shared by prolific leaker Ice Universe. By the looks of it, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 with the Adreno 750 GPU has an impressive score of 15,434 points. This is notably more than 50% higher than the average score of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 with the Adreno 740 at 10,000. As regards comparing the Snapdragon chip to Apple's A17 Pro, there is no direct way to put two platforms in the same test. However, if we use the 3D Mark Wildlife for benchmarking the graphics, the current Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is already toe-to-toe with the A17 Pro. Thus, we can safely assume the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 could significantly trump the iPhone chip in graphics performance. Considering that Apple is already touting the A17 Pro to support console-like games, it would be interesting to see how Samsung would be going to market the advantage of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 on its devices. Likewise, it remains unclear whether the Galaxy S24 is debuting with a custom Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 by having an overclocked processor like the Galaxy S23 utilizing a Snapdragon for Galaxy version. Regardless, the GPU unit should relatively remain unchanged across different clock speed variations of the chipset. Other than the graphics, the Galaxy S24 Plus with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is spotted to score around 2,233 and 6,661 points in single and multi-core Geekbench tests, respectively. Both are evidently lower than the A17 Pro and the iPhone 15 Pro Max, as seen from Antoine's early hands-on. Of course, the final scoring may still change on the actual Galaxy handset. Unlike with A17 Pro that is built on a 3nm fabrication process, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is said to use an updated TSMC's 4nm node. However, there are already rumors surfacing that Qualcomm may announce both 3nm and 4nm variants of the chipset. Architecture-wise, the Snapdragon 8 Gen uses an octa-core processor in a 1+5+2 layout and helmed by a Cortex-X4 Prime core set at 3.3 GHz speed. This is then backed by 5 Cortex A720 performance cores at 2.95 GHz and 2 Cortex A520 efficiency cores at 2.27 GHz. What do you think of Snapdragon 8 Gen 3? Will this graphics performance convince you to get the Galaxy S24 over the iPhone 15? Feel free to share with us your answers in the comments. As always, see you in the next video. Peace out.